Hey YouTube, welcome back to the review journal session. Today we have a slight positive day, about up 1 arm. The size that I traded today was kind of excessive. I did have a lot of trades today. So let's get started. AMD. First trade of the day. So basically, first bar was in a location to go short, but it got no follow through. It was surging off of the 200, right here. Top of the Fab 4 is right here. Pretty wide, but this one dropped below. I was in the bathroom, so I didn't take a short, and it got no follow through, and it got pretty violently reversed. So I actually entered on the reverse at 0426. I only put one lot with the max loss, or I think like I basically max loss is down here. Yeah, basically there. Max loss. I was looking for this thing to push to the 5-minute 200. Didn't quite get it. I was looking for 106. Didn't quite get it, but it did fill in the gap and got to the top of the Fab 4, which was honestly more than enough for me to take profit on. I believe at the very top I had like almost $200. 104.25, 105.25. At the very top, or $150. At $150 at the top, I ended up just trailing my stop up to lock in the whole number here at 105, and I stopped out. So I was only able to lock in $70. So name 180, violence. Position was I didn't have position, but I had violence. Like this was definitely violence. And that's the only exception you can go against position, or if it's super wide and matured and exhausting. But that is position too, super wide. That's like going against the trend, but risk, good. I could have finessed 2 lots, maybe 2 here at 25 and have my stop here at 75. That could have worked out, but just one. So that was the first trade. Wasn't necessarily bad. It was just didn't lock in as much profit as I could have possibly locked in. And it's because I wanted to give it space, you know. Hello. Trailed and locked in 105, a bit under the 20, because I wanted to give it space to potentially hold the 20 and take off, but it nicked me out. What do I mean by that? Simple. Popped above the 200, right? Typically I could lock in this big bar trail, but like it's pretty big, and had the 105 over here, So I just locked that in, thinking that this could potentially hold without piercing that far below, but it pierced far below. Took me out. Let's see what it did. Yeah, it did eventually go up to the 106, which we wanted. So sometimes if I just sit back and let the trade do its thing, I'll get what I want. In this case, yeah. I also had another trade on this one which followed. So here it was getting kind of sloppy, right? Trading below, wicking below. This one actually caught it. I was there watching it, debating whether I should take this or not. I ended up not taking it because it was right into this 200. But whatever. So now I'm certain that there's momentum, right? So I'm looking for any and every opportunity to add. So I get this tiny bar right here, RBI. So I said if this triggers over the top, I'm taking it. What does it do? Triggers over the top. I take it. My stop is under here. I have 3 lots on the RBI. Red bar ignored. After a big solid elephant bar. And well, stop out. That's how it goes. So I guess this 200 did ultimately fail, or struggle to close above. And I think also what it was the 1 hour 20, if I'm right here. My average price was 106.15 and this 20 was at 106.15. So I was effectively shorting right into this declining 1 hour 20. So of course it's going to struggle a bit. And that's what it did. So take note of that. Just be aware of higher time frame obstructions. So name RBI, position is what is position? I don't know. After igniting bar above 20. Upper third of the elephant bar. Risk was good. Minus $93. That. Bro. Boom. Okay. And then what we got? Let's take a screen grab of this. Boom. It wasn't bad. It was just, if I only had the 2-minute time frame, like I entered on something valid, because it's not like this is even exhausting this bar, because it just came out of like a 30-minute base igniting off the 20. So I was thinking, yeah, there's a GBI, but no, that is not the GBI. It didn't trigger. No follow through. No follow through. The RBI does follow an igniting bar. It's not like I got it confused with a exhausting bar. How do I know? Because the igniting bar just cleared a 30-minute plus base. However, I do have higher time frames that I can use to my advantage. And in this case, the obstruction was in the 5 minute 200 and the, what was it, 1 hour 20. Yeah. Then we had a trade on Baba. Only one trade on Baba today, which was a long. Yo, Baba today at the open was so nice. This was violence for sure, and if I didn't answer on that, the color change comes in here. Probably want to answer here with the stop below the 200. 1 push, 2 push, 3 push, you're out. Doesn't actually trigger here. But I think I pop on the 13. I need to stop doing that. I should just base my trades off the 20, to be honest. The 13 hasn't been too reliable for me. And this is one of the ones that gets sloppy, that got sloppy. Like this, if it triggered, the best way for it to trigger would have been like this. This bar right here should have been the one to take it out. Take the red out. Boom. Boom. That would have been okay. But what does it do? Closes on it, starts closing below, and then that's the downfall. So I had 5 lots on. At here, which technically triggered, but it's the, I would say it's one of the sloppy ones. Boom. And pull back color change. Position. But look, 50%, right? This stayed in like the upper third, triggered. So I'm like, whatever, let's try it. But it didn't work out. Something I could do with these ones that do trigger above the 50% mark, but don't necessarily trigger with like momentum. Like this kind of just walked up and triggered, you know. But if it doesn't have power, oomph to it, I could just size down, risk like half a risk unit. So position was off the rising 13. Risk. Good. Would I say it's bad? I don't know. Was there any obstructions in the way? Maybe this 200. It wasn't the best trade though. I'll put it under bad, but it wasn't that bad. Sound like NPR is valid. It's just I don't want to put it under the good trades because, well, it, you know, just got a bit sloppy. The way that I was triggered in, I already had a sense that it would be one of the sloppy ones. Because it started getting on the MA and instead of trading above it. Typically on a long, I want it to be clear of the MA and not wrapped up in the zone where it needs to struggle. Wasn't a terrible trade. It was just gonna be one of the less probable trades because it was getting sloppy. And every candle started closing and trading basically on the MA. Yeah. Then we got Disney, which was the big winner for the day. Dang. This thing dropped. After I got out, that thing dropped for sure. Okay. Unfortunately, it was not this, even though this is so beautiful. Tail bar, boom, boom. And you know, the rest is history. Look at that follow through. So, I'm waiting for a pullback, I believe. Do I enter on that? I don't think so. I don't think I trade Disney until like later on. Let's see, my first Disney trade 11/16. Yeah. So basically, I missed the whole up move of Disney, but I see on the 15-minute this is potentially gonna trigger and go long. So what do? Wait for the halt, 20-minute halt, come back down. But what I learned this weekend was if the rising 8 comes up before and price catches on that, that could be an even earlier entry. So after this candle, I'm waiting for it to trigger over the high for me to get in. So I get in on 8 lots on the next bar because it triggered by like 1 cent. Comes back, almost stops me out, but I have my stop below this at 32. Then almost stops me out, but I just let it do its thing. 2 at 82.60. I'm pretty sure over the top of this, I add, pulls back, I add the rest of the size on and let it go. So let's see, when do I get out of everything? 11:56. Okay, let's see. So I'm in here, 8 lots, and I'm in here with an event stop. I add here 2 lots, and now my average price is 83.47. And since price is grinding so nicely and it's caught onto the 8, I just move my stop to break even immediately at 47, which is like a couple cents below this event. And then by the time this one closes, I move it like right under the 20, or right under this pivot, which is basically the same point. We're on the same zone. I had 3 lots TP sitting at 84, but I don't think I took it. I was trailing bar by bar, which I think 2 of them got taken out here, if I'm right, at 11:46. Right here, yeah, 2 out, bar by bar. Bar by bar, -2. So now I have 8 left, and what did I do? It was all trails really. So what did I do? 3 lots. Let's see. I added, actually, where did I add? I think I added there 49. So I got out and then I added again. So let me see. Make it clearer. 2 out here, bar by bar, and then I got back in 2 here, and then I pulled my stop up 5 at 83.89. My average price now was 83.57, and as price kept going up, I just locked in 10 more cents. So I locked in 77, and then when price went up, I locked in, I believe, 30 cents. So I had a lock at 89. Where is that? 89. Right here. It's hard to see. I added 2 here though. And then I'm out here. Of 5, I believe. I'm out here. I'm out on the manually on the 2-bar break at 83. On 4, and I have 1 lot left. And then this triggers a color change off the 20. So I actually added back on that. +3 over here. Plus 3, and then +5 at 83.92. Where did I do that? I think I added back on this tail over here. Maybe this bar. This tiny little thing right here at 12.12. Yeah, I put on like 5 lots there. Right here. 5 lots. And then everything was out at 83. I'm pretty sure below this. Right here. Yeah, this one was out of all. This is a bit hard to comprehend, but name originally, that's a pullback color change, really. That is what that is. And all my entries are really that. Right here, this pulled back to the 20. I added again. Yeah, I know what I did wrong is in the latter portion, the end portion of my trades. Position, rising 8, rising 20, Risk, good. Plus 304. Probably could have locked in on more honestly and been done with the day. But I did end up trading more after this, which was not the best idea. It's not a bad trade. It's just the end just got a bit sloppy. That's what typically cuts away at my gains, really. So let's see. Initial entries and ads were good. It's easy to speak in hindsight, but I honestly should have been out of everything on the break of the 8, since that was the MA that it was respecting. It did trigger off the 20 again, but got sloppy. When it got sloppy, it put in tiny bars, and in my head I'm like, wow, that's a nice risk to add on heavy size again. But if you think about it, tiny bars at the end of a move, what do they mean? Tiny bars at the end of the move. Price is probably correcting and will head sideways, which is what it does. So by adding heavy at the end again, I butchered a chunk of my profits, which was maybe 100. It doesn't seem like a lot, but when I do it frequently, it will add up. So I need to be very careful with these late ads. Also, I should have been aware of the time of day. It was coming into 12 p.m. lunch. Definitely. And at that point, I think I was up 270, or I don't even know, but I was definitely up by that point. Then I had another trade on Disney, which came later. This was on the 5. A breakout play. So after seeing it go sideways for so long, what do? I was saying this could pop up. So this isn't one of the ranges that are wide and whippy. This one's tight. What I was waiting for was for this 20 to come up. It didn't come up right on it, but it was close enough. And as soon as I saw this bar close above 95, I put 7 lots on that. 7 lots. Yep. Did I ever add? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Never added. 7. I had my stop below the base. So this might be one of my first breakout plays, to be honest. Boom, entered right there. 20 was coming up. Position. Rising 20. I had the support of the rising 20. That's why I wanted to wait, until they aligned. 20 got close. The bar ignited up. And I got out at 0629. I'm pretty sure it's below this candle. 0629. Oh wait, I'm tripping. 8407. Yeah. Pretty much below that candle. I get out. And I think the way I trailed it also was on this right here. 8407. Where does that happen? 8407, where does that happen to be? Here? Over here. Oh yeah, it was the break of the 20. 2-minute 20. Forgot. So I was in like here. Stop here. 7. Move my stop here. Then I got out on the break of the 20. Yeah, that's how that trade went. Let's see. It wasn't a bad trade though. This one was plus 84. At the top, I think I had a lot more. Definitely a lot more. At the very top over here, I probably could have locked more in. This technically got a new high. Could have locked some in there. My average price was 95 and this thing I believe got to 28. 28. Yeah, that gave me at least 30 cents a lot. 7 lots. So this position at the very peak was up 210 maybe. So I could definitely locked in a bit more. But it is what it is. Let's see what we got to say about this. Rising 20. Wait, why am I saying rising 20? That makes no sense. This may be my first ever breakout play. Got a bit of follow through. Could have definitely locked in some more money, I believe. At the peak, I had upwards of 210 bucks, but was only able to lock in 84 bucks. Another thing, ended up trailing out on the break of the 2-minute 20. 2-bar break. it came down, started a really nice downtrend after. Look at the downtrend. This could have been an ad over here. Boom. That was nice. That triggered again. And it just kept going down, kept grinding down. Trade is over here. Yeah. And we got 2 more trades to talk about, so be back. And we are back. AMD. We also tried playing in it. Honestly, should have only been 1 loss. We entered pretty prematurely on the first one. As you could see, this thing started gaining momentum right here. I didn't see it having a problem. Maybe the daily 20 was a problem. $106.74. It was this bar. Price started trading over the 20. So I was like, okay, let's look to trade this up to this 15-minute 200. That was not the case, as it got rejected back down. But anyways, I saw momentum halfway, boom, perfect, right on the 20, perfect. So what do? It was initially this bar right here. I entered already. This bar triggers over at 31. This one never triggered, but I went anyways, a bit early. So I got stopped out pretty immediately. Right here. I went 6 lots. Then here, you can see my stop was 1 cent below, so 15. And this thing just hit 15. So premature entry, premature log, took a premature stop. Name, pullback color change, position, rising 20. Above the 50% too, which is a plus. And then risk, good. Minus 87 bucks. And just ain't go, but I shouldn't have even been in yet, to be honest. This isn't a position where, this isn't the type of bar where a plus bar, where it gets excessively huge, where I could just anticipate and enter in the bar. This bar is a tiny ass bar that I should have waited for confirmation. We're going under bad because there was a psychological issue with this one, which I think was the patience. I was impatient for it to trigger, and therefore I took double the loss because I did try another attempt, the one that actually triggered. So let's see, the premature entry with the premature stop out. The trigger should have been 1 cent over the bar high at 106.31, which never triggered, but I entered anyways. I was impatient. I just wanted to get in, but it wasn't the type of event where I employ my anticipation entry. Anticipation entries are only for big plus bars that are getting way too huge to wait for the next bar. And therefore, I should just hop in. This bar, these tiny bars, pulling back to the 200 or 20 to the rising 20. I need to make sure that I enter on confirmation when the trigger actually triggers. I took an unnecessary loss because the second attempt I took on this trade is the only attempt I should have taken. So double the loss for being impatient. What do I mean by the second attempt? I tried it again. Same thing, 6 lots. Let's see, as you can see, the same thing happened. Same thing happened, right? I entered on this. It barely followed through. It got to 37, then instantly tanked. So yeah, this one is valid. This one should have been the real trade. I shouldn't have even had 2 attempts on this, only 1. Because the only time it triggers, 30, 30, 32, it's this bar right here. 1 attempt and fails. So by entering here, 1, stopping out. Here, another 1, stopping out. I doubled the loss. This one was a smaller loss. $72 loss. But essentially doubled the loss. But this one was valid though. This one actually triggered and everything. Well, this was a red bar. Green took out red. It also took out the highs. Stop is here. My stop was there and I got stopped out. Yeah, it's valid. On the rising 20. This one was the second attempt, which should have been the only attempt. Trade idea was valid. You had the color change of the body and the actual takeout of the highs followed through by like 5 cents and instantly stopped out. Next bar. So it is what it is. Valid, but should have only been one loss on this setup. So that's what I could improve there. Another big mistake that I made today had to do with the trade that I didn't take, which is an issue because sometimes when life gives you lemons, what do? Make lemonade, right? Life gave me lemons, bro, and I didn't make no lemonade. I said, I don't want those lemons, bro. Why not? I don't know. Yeah, I literally don't know. But the setup was so perfect. It was on Apple. Thing was so beautiful, man. So, what did I notice? This isn't gonna go in our journal because we didn't take it, but look at this. What do I see? Nothing at the beginning, but then this drop into this 200. I see this violent drop on the 5 into the 200. So what are we expecting? A bounce. Bounce, bounce. Trigger. Boom, drops. Bounce stays below the lower half, in the lower half. Even better, in the lower third, your ad is here, stop here. But I missed that as well. On the 2, it was this. Boom, 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 boom. You trigger here with the stop here. Bro, this thing is so tight. This is like a 13-cent bar. That's like a 6 lotter. But anyways, the next one was my downfall. This pullback, look, boom, 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 boom. So it's obviously going to trigger on the next bar. If it does, you get this, this, this on the 5 triggers here. Look at the location. The location, man. Location, location, location. If your entry is not precise, not exactly where you want it, but you have location, you're like good to go. But look at the location. Flat 200, 20 is coming down. What you have on the 20 or the 5? 200, declining 8. Bro, next bar triggers. That definitely did trigger. So here, stop. Honestly, in this location, you want to use a stop above here. So maybe using the whole number would have been good. And then boom. If you didn't enter yet, here's another bar, the red bar reversal. You could take it under here. Same thing here. If you want to try and go with a tight stop, you could. But this one triggers under here, right? So you have both time frames in alignment. The 15-minute, what time is this? 10:15. 10. That's over here. At this point, price is below the 20, so you're chilling. You don't have to break through the 20 or anything. On the 1 hour, you're over here on this bar. Where is this bar originating from? The 20, all it could do is drop. This thing has room to drop. Good location to take profits was here. And let's check the daily. Daily as well. Below the 20, all it did was drop. So let's see. So that definitely triggered by now. Definitely triggered. So this was when I had my very first trade on AMD. 3 lots, and I had like 7 lots I had 7 lots that I could have used on this. You know what? This is actually almost a $200 stock, so like this is kind of like a 5 lotter. Not even, I can't even afford 7 lots, even though this bar is how much? Oh wait, I'm tripping. 72 minus 49. What is that? 20 cents? This would have been a 2 lotter right here. Okay. So what did it do next? Drop, drop, drop. I already gave you profits. New low. Bar by bar even. If you bar by bar, you're already locking in the new low by bar. Boom. Bar by bar is out there. But if you're trailing MAs, oh shoot, okay. Boom. See, in my head, I was like, no way this is igniting after it just came after like a 7 bar down sequence. I saw this GBI debating on if I should take it, but this wasn't really igniting in my head, so I didn't take it. So this one actually had reason why I didn't take it, because it came after a 7 bar sequence down, but I really had no reason not to take this. Location is perfect, you got the event. Location is perfect, you got your event. I should have taken it with no hesitation, no reservation. I don't know why I didn't take it, and that's a big mistake. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade, bro. This should have made me money. I could have made lemonade, walk out on the corner of the block and sell the lemonade and make some money. But I decided no. But this thing just, there you go. Let's just pop on the 8. Obviously the 20 wasn't relevant. This was chilling on the 8. You would probably be out there. Break of the 8. Which is pretty much the bottom, bro. You're catching this all the way here. Here. That's a fat amount. 78.50, 76.50, $2 if you had 2 lots, $400. Not counting any ads. That could have been a 4-hour winner. Oh, this did the thing too as well. It popped up, caught on the rising 8. It did trigger. Did it go though? Not really. Did it stop out? Yeah, that stopped out. But missed a beautiful trend on Apple. Don't know what to say. So that's another thing I gotta watch out for. Had no reason not to take it, so why didn't I take it? And yeah, done for the day, boys. Be back at it again tomorrow. Let's get it.